Good afternoon, all. Turned out to be a beautiful day. And we had, my daughter was listening to the new John Prine album and said, you should play this song called When I Get to Heaven. So I started to look at it a little bit, and then I said, we should sing lots of songs about when I get to heaven. So I arranged this for a couple of weeks ago, and it rained. So I thought I would do some of those now, and then as a special guest, Marcia says we should be playing some more holiday songs, so she's going to join me at the end. Yay, Marcia's fans are always happy to have her here. So think about heaven. That's where we're headed, we hope. When will come, the evening is night. I'm talking about my blue heaven. Turn to the right, a little white light. I'm talking about my blue heaven. You'll see a smiling face, a warm embrace, cozy room, a little nest that's nestled in where roses bloom. A mile ahead of me, and baby makes three. I'm talking about my blue heaven. I'm talking about my blue heaven. My blue heaven. So then think about heaven. You have to think about going to heaven. Reminds me of about the three couples that died, and they went to heaven. And St. Peter met them they lined up, and St. Peter met them at the gate. And first couple steps up and said they'd like to go to heaven, and St. Peter looks at the man and looks at his wife, and he says, I don't know. He says, the only thing you thought about on earth was food and sweets and candy. He said, you spent all your time doing that. Says, and you even married a girl named Honey. I can't let you into heaven. So they turn around and go the other way. The next couple steps up, and St. Peter looks at the man and he says, you were a banker, and all you thought about was money. Money, 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 money. And he says, you even married a woman named Penny. He says, I don't think there's room for you here, and they turned around and left. The next couple steps up, and the man turns to his wife and says, Fanny, I guess we're not welcome here. So anyway, if they have pennies in heaven, this is for that second couple. Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven? You know your fortune's falling all over town. Just be sure that your umbrella is upside down. Made for a package of sunshine and flowers. Don't you know the tunes you love now, they must must have showers. And when you see thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Upside down, trading for a package of sunshine and flowers. Don't you know each cloud contains, they must have showers. Here we are. And if you see thunder, don't run under a tree. There'll be pennies from heaven for you and me. Yeah, thank you very much. The cold and sun are making this sound funny. So, thinking about John Prine and thinking about his new song, When I Get to Heaven. The first song that I remember him doing about heaven was Your Flag Decal Won't Get You Into Heaven Anymore. You all remember that song? Yeah. While digesting Reader's Digest at the back of the dirty bookstore, a plastic flag with gum on the back fell out on the floor. Well, I picked it up and I ran outside and I stuck it on my window shield. If I could see old Betsy Ross, I'd tell her how good I feel. But your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. They're already overcrowded from your dirty little wall. No matter what the reason to do, and your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. Well, I went to the bank this morning. The teller said to me, if you join our Christmas club, you see, we'll give you 10 of them flags for free. Well, I didn't mess around a bit. I took him up on what he said. Slapped them stickers all over my car and one on my wife's forehead. But your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. They're already overcrowded from your dirty little wall. And Jesus don't like killing, no matter what the reason for. And your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. Well, I got my window shield so full of flags I could not see. Run my car upside a curve and right into a tree. By the time they brought that doctor down, I was already dead. I'll never understand the man who was standing at the pearly gates said, son, your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. They already overcrowded from your dirty little wall. And Jesus don't like killing, no matter what the reason for. And your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. Yeah, your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore.
What is this, fresh roadkill?
Right off your backyard. Shot him with my trusty Red Ryder BB gun. Man, sorry, this is just crazy how this is not staying in tune. Well, you know you're getting old when your jokes are outliving your audience, most places. So I was trying to tell this joke to a younger audience, and I was telling them, first of all, I told them, don't buy this record. And they looked at me like, what's a record? So I had to explain this. But I told them, don't buy Oral Roberts' new record. And then I had to explain who Oral Roberts was. And they said, why shouldn't we buy Oral Roberts' new record? And I said, because the hole keeps healing over. So, is that a joke to you guys? Does that make sense? All right, so because Oral Roberts was in an accident, and he got hit by a motorboat while he was out walking his duck. So, you sure you know who Oral Roberts is? Anyway, he goes to heaven and gets to the pearly gates, and St. Peter says, hello, welcome to heaven, I'm St. Peter, what's your name? And he says, I'm Oral Roberts. And St. Peter says, are you the Oral Roberts? And St. Peter says, well, yeah, Oral Roberts says, yeah, I guess I'm the Oral Roberts. And St. Peter says, come this way. He says, Jesus wants to meet you. So they go through the golden gates and along the pearly gates, the golden stairs, and they go walking along. They come across this guy with long hair and sandals, and St. Peter walks up and says, Jesus, this is Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts says, it's Jesus. And Jesus says, are you the Oral Roberts? And Oral Roberts is a little intimidated and kind of digs his toe in the ground and says, well, yeah, I guess I'm the Oral Roberts. And Jesus says, come this way. God wants to talk to you. So now Oral Roberts is getting a little intimidated, and they walk on, go into this huge throne room, and here's this huge throne, and there sits God. And Jesus walks up and says, Dad, this is Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts, this is God. And God leans forward and says, are you the Oral Roberts? And Oral Roberts says, well, I guess I'm the Oral Roberts. And God says, well, I've got this pain in my side, and so I'm not sure I can tell that joke anymore if people don't know who Oral Roberts is. Oh dear. Okay, well, I'll explain it to you later. This is really odd. guess if you have any St. Peter's jokes, you'll let me know. They have to be better than that one. So here's another John Prine song about going to heaven. Woke up this morning, put on my slippers, went into the kitchen and died. Oh, what a feeling when my soul through the ceiling, and on been to heaven I did right. When I got there, they'd say, Johnny, it happened this way. You slipped up on the floor and hit your head. All the angels did say just before I passed away, these were the last words that I said. Oh, please don't bury me down in the cold, cold ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around. Throw my brain to a hurricane, the blind can have my eyes, the deaf can have both my ears if they don't mind the size. Well, give my stomach to Milwaukee if they run out of beer. Put my socks in a cedar box just to get them out of here. Give my feet to the footloose, careless and fancy free. Send my mouth way down south and kiss my ass goodbye. But please don't bury me down in the cold, cold ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around. Oh, give my feet to the blind can have my eyes, the deaf can have both my ears if they don't mind the size. Got these verses backwards. Give my feet to the footloose, careless and fancy free. Give my knees to the needy, don't you hang your stuff on me. No, hand me down my walking cane, it's a sin to tell a lie. Send my mouth way down south and kiss my ass goodbye. But please don't bury me down in the cold, cold ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up and pass me all around. Throw my brain to a hurricane, the blind can have my eyes, deaf can have both my ears if they don't mind the size. And the deaf can have both of my ears if they don't mind the size. Oh, words, words, words. So Judy, do you want to lead us in a song? All right, come on up here.
You gotta do the singing. I just know the words.
So Judy says she has a song that she remembers from camp. She's going to whisper in my ear.
Okay.
Just goes sing along with us. Oh, you can't get to heaven
In a rocking chair.
in a rocking chair,
'Cause the Lord don't allow
because the Lord don't allow
no lazy folks.
no
there.
lazy folks there. All right, so I think it goes like, oh, oh yeah, oh you, oh you, oh you, oh you, oh you can't get to heaven
Can't get to heaven.
in a rocking chair, in a rocking chair, 'cause the Lord don't allow
The Lord don't allow
no lazy bums there
lazy folks there. You can't get
to heaven in a rocking chair, 'cause the Lord don't allow no lazy bums there. Ain't gonna grieve my Lord, no. I don't know what you can't get to heaven
Can't get to heaven in a pair of skates.
in pair of skates.
'Cause the Lord does just slide right through
Just slide right by
those pearly gates.
those pearly gates. I don't have the right pitch. What key are we in, Marcia? Sounds like L? Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't. Oh, you. The pepper's not not in the right pitch for you.
Don't do it for me, because I can't sing, but I just know the words.
You can't get to heaven in a rocking chair. Those no lazy bums there. We should rehearse this. Oh, you can't get to heaven in a rocking chair, 'cause the Lord don't mind no lazy bums there. Ain't it gonna grieve my Lord no more? Oh, ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. Ain't it gonna grieve my Lord no more. Ain't it gonna grieve my Lord no more. I ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. Ain't gonna grieve my Lord. Ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. Oh, you can't get to heaven.
And a pair of skates.
Pair of skates.
You'll slide right by those pearly gates.
Those pearly gates. What was the other one?
Oh, you can't get to heaven.
Oh, you can't get to heaven
On a pair of skis.
on a pair of skis.
Slide right through
'Cause you slide right through
St. Peter's knees.
St. Peter's knees. Oh, you can't get to heaven on roller skis, 'cause you rode right by St. Peter's knees. Ain't it gonna grieve my Lord no more. I ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. I ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. Ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. I ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. Ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more. Ain't gonna grieve my Lord no more.
Very good.
Very good. Something like that. Yeah, Miss Judy Brannon bringing us those camp songs. This is just crazy. This song. Sorry about this. Something is going on. My tuning. So anyway, rattle in here. So anyway, Jennifer, wherever you are, Jennifer, this is the song she thought I should listen to as we make our plans to go to heaven. So. From John Prine's newest album. John Prine passed away last year. Somebody wrote that this is he didn't write this song for him, he wrote it for us when he's gone. And those of you who know his story, he's like America's poet laureate for the people that are my age, and he had 2 bouts of cancer. He smoked when he was a young boy. His father told him that he couldn't start smoking until he was 14. So as soon as he turned 14, he started smoking a pack a day. And he had 2 episodes of throat cancer. So it's an interesting story to read about him. And he finally, at his surgery, his surgeon said it might be a good time to quit smoking. And so he did. But then he was thinking about heaven, and he was thinking about all things he wants to do in heaven. And the second thing he wants to do is he's going to smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. So that's what he missed most about giving up smoking. He's going to get one that's 9 miles long. And it's called When I Get to Heaven, off of his album, Tree of Forgiveness. When I get to heaven, I'm going to shake God's hand and thank Him for more blessings than one man can stand. Then I'm gonna get a guitar and start a rock and roll band. Check into a swell hotel. Ain't life grand? Then I'm gonna get a cocktail, and ginger ale. Gonna smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. Gonna kiss that pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl, 'cause this old man is going to town. Then as God is my witness, I'm getting back in show business. I'm gonna open up a nightclub called the Tree of Forgiveness and forgive everybody who ever done me any harm. Well, I might even invite a few choice critics, those syphilitic parasitics, buy 'em a pint of Smithwick's and smother 'em with my charm. And then I'm gonna get a cocktail, vodka and ginger ale. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. And to the pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl, 'cause this old boy's going to town. Yeah, when I get to heaven, I'm gonna take this wristwatch off my arm. 'Cause what you gonna do with time after you bought the farm? Then I'm gonna find my mom and dad and good old brother Doug. Well, I bet he and cousin Jackie are still cutting up the rug. I wanna see all my mama's sisters, 'cause that's where all the love starts. I miss them all like crazy. Bless their little hearts. And I will always remember these words my daddy said. He said, "Buddy, when you're dead, you're a dead peckerhead." I hope to prove him wrong, that is, when I get to heaven. 'Cause I'm gonna have a cocktail, vodka and ginger ale. Gonna smoke a cigarette that's 9 miles long. Gonna kiss that pretty girl on the tilt-a-whirl, 'cause this old man's going to town. 'Cause this old man's going to town. We do miss you. Well, that's the end of our heaven program, unless there's any other St. Peter jokes. Anybody have one? All right, good. But it is Christmas. And Marcia said, let's do a couple of Christmas songs because next week we can't do these. So stretch a little bit, take a little bit of a minute. We're going to refurbish the sound equipment and be right back.